PhilMorCan Press. Hello world, I'm Chantal Magracia. I'm both an author and an educator, and I love sharing what I know. If you'd like to support us, you can do so by subscribing, following, liking, and sharing these accounts. PhilMorCan.com, Facebook.com/PhilMorCan, Instagram.com/PhilMorCan, YouTube.com, subscribe to PhilMorCan, Amazon.ca, search for Chantal Magracia. Step 3. Outsourcing. Editors, illustrators, translators, and formatters. In university, I came across this quote, which I think is very important to me right now. It says, "For everything we don't like to do or don't know how to do, there's someone out there who's really good, who really wants to do it, and who really enjoys what they do. So do what you do best and outsource the rest." Who can relate? The important thing about outsourcing or global outsourcing is that it becomes a very powerful tool to leverage talent and improve productivity. Outsourcing talent. I'm Filipino, so my second language has always been English since kinder. 2020 marks my 20th year here in Canada. I graduated from the University of Alberta with a Bachelor of Education degree, a major in English, and a minor in Social Studies. So why do I still outsource an editor if I'm already a teacher and an English teacher at that? Well, it's because my dad always taught me that when we do something, we have to do it right the first time, because most times we don't get second chances. My dad also taught me that if we want to be taken seriously by the business community and by fellow entrepreneurs, then we've got to invest the time and the money to make everything about our business be as professional as possible, because first impressions do matter. It's how others perceive us and create their biases about us regarding what kind of entrepreneurs we're going to be, whether or not we are serious with what we're doing, or if it's all just clout, popularity, and a facade with no actual substance. Of course, I'm also not perfect. I also need a fresh set of eyes to check my work. English being my second language, I've caught myself countless times using English awkwardly. For me, it wouldn't be awkward, but for those whose first language is English, they'd find it a bit awkward, I suppose. Even after the editor edited my work, I still read my manuscript at least 2 times a day, and I always catch something that I need to modify, add, or delete, because every day you wake up with a fresh set of eyes too. My editor told me that my manuscript was well written and that there were only tiny mistakes, but for me, a mistake is a mistake, no matter how small, and it must be corrected. Every day that passes by, the manuscript becomes better each time. So I shell out the money to get it fixed, because even though one would assume that someone with my educational background would just do it themselves, but no, even my favorite author of all time, J.K. Rowling, had editors too, even if she's already at the top of the pros. So Fiverr and Upwork are the websites that you can go to outsource talent. I've signed up for both, although I'm only using Fiverr at the moment. So on Fiverr, I created my own free account, and then I just search what I need. So I needed a children's book illustrator. Filters are very important. It saves a lot of time. So you can actually see here, children's book illustrator, there's 7,000 of them. 7,000 people offering their services for children's book illustrator. So I go by category, illustration options, seller details, budget, delivery time, pro services, local sellers, online sellers, and sort by relevance. So let's take a look what that looks like. So when you click on category, all of these will come out. All these different categories. Then for illustration type, I selected for children. Here, I just clicked that the seller should be able to speak English. It doesn't matter where they lived. The most important thing that I clicked here was top rated seller and level 2 seller. So usually I never went for anyone in level 1 or a new seller. Usually I use the services of a top rated seller or a level 2 seller. I've never used the budget filter, but you can if you need to. Delivery time, I've also never used this unless you need to. Pro services. Pro services are vetted professionals verified for quality and service. So you can they actually show you a sample of their work on their page, and you can tell that they are professionals, and they are also more expensive, like extremely expensive for some. Yeah, so I didn't select any pro services for this project because I didn't have it in my budget to go pro for now. Maybe in the future I will, just to see the difference between all these different kinds of services. But for this first book that I had a specific budget that I wanted to work with, and so I didn't select any pro services. Local sellers, online sellers, if you wanted to. Sorting by relevance means best-selling or newest arrivals. So when I'm looking to outsource talent, so for example, this is the editor that I hired. Her name is Sam Wright. I look for review count. Review count would be this. So she's got 1,055 reviews. Review quality, so what do they, like in this 1,055 reviews, what did they actually say about Sam? How she works, the delivery time, and all that information. And the ratings as well. So what is the rating? I usually go for the 5-star ratings. And here it tells you how many projects they have ahead of you. So yeah, she's got a lot of projects. Yes, I spend countless hours reading what people say about someone before I hire them. That's our hard-earned money. We've got to make sure we're getting good quality. Then I look over their sample work, which is also on their page. They usually take a picture of their sample work, and then they upload it on their page so that you can see it, you can read through it. Yes, I spend countless hours looking over this too. Do your due diligence and investigate. After I read the gigs for this editor, their listed price will be in US dollars. So this person tells you in detail the 3 different gigs that they offer. So proofreading, $5 per 1K words. Copy editing is $10 per 1,000 words. Heavy editing is $20 per 1,000 words. So again, these are US dollars. Usually they come in 3 packages: the basic, the standard, and the premium. My computer shows the currency in Canadian dollars. So here you will see the C and the dollar sign. That means it's already been converted to Canadian dollars. Here, C dollars, meaning that the amount has been converted to Canadian dollars. However, my Fiverr phone app, if I go on my phone app for Fiverr, it only shows the dollar sign, meaning that on my phone, the currency is still in US dollars. So if you don't see the C before the dollar sign, that means the conversion didn't happen and it's still in US dollars. But if you see the C, that means it's already been converted to Canadian dollars. So here they talk about the different packages that they offer. This is for the basic, the standard, and the premium. So you will need an editor, an illustrator, front cover, back cover, spine cover, pictures inside the book, depends on what kind of book. So for myself, I'm writing a children's book for grades 2 to 5 at the moment. So basically I needed pictures, illustrations for it, 11 illustrations for it. So that's why I really need an illustrator. A formatter who will format your books into paperback and or ebooks. A translator is optional, depends on what kind of book. So for myself, because my son, he is half Moroccan and half Filipino, and in Morocco they speak Arabic and French, and in Canada the official languages are English and French. So I got my book translated into Arabic and into French. I will go into detail about that in a different video. So let's take a look at some of the websites. This one is an article about Everyone Needs an Editor, a final lesson from the Harry Potter series. So I will link this website or article in the description box below. This is what the Fiverr account looks like. So here you will search for your services that you need. Then here is the videos that this person posted. Click it. Here is their sample work that you can go through and read. It's taking a bit to load. Here's the gigs. So here's their FAQ and all of their reviews. Sometimes people post a picture of the work that was done for them. And then here on the Fiverr inbox, they will send you a custom offer, and because we always have to message them first before we order. And then once we approve, then we can pay for it by offer accepted. Click on offer accepted, and then you pay it. Then you use your credit card and link it to your account, and it's good. Here it says past order, so this was my order. This is also another formatter. See, most fiction novel prices are $40 to format for either CreateSpace or Kindle or other ebook formats. For $70, most jobs require 7 days to complete. They accept Visa. This is from Sarco Press. See, this is why it's very important to format your book professionally, because it says here, Amazon Kindle Publishing says here that PDF is an open source file format. That means anyone can write PDF creation software programs or plugins. However, not all software will create a PDF for use in print applications. For best results, use programs and plugins from reputable software providers to create PDFs. Okay, and the next one, the other reason why I've decided to hire a formatter is because there's all these guidelines about your manuscript. Bleed. If your book has images or elements that bleed to the edges of your pages, you must upload your manuscript as a PDF. No bleed. If your book does not contain bleed, you can upload your manuscript as PDF, and so on. Your cover, there's like so many specifications. Here, so many. Even your spine, your barcode, the interior specifications, the font. Like, there's just so many things to consider, and it's just overwhelming for me, and that's why I've decided I'm gonna hire a formatter to just format my book for me, because I don't really want to deal with this stuff. Yeah, I hope this information helps. Thank you.